Hello, it's Robbie, it's Chatting Tracks. How you doing? Doing a bit of live stuff this year, like I said I was going to do a little while ago there. I said that in January, haven't done anything, getting back into it now. Anyway, today we're going to look at, is rock dead? That's the question we're asking today, but I'm going to tell you why this list came up. So, like I said, I want to do a bit more live stuff. I'm doing some new stuff on the channel today, so I'm finding interesting articles that I want to talk about. And I did a bit of live mixing the other day. Well, I say live, I did it live in one go and then put it out. So, I did an 80s remix, so I'm doing some house music remix and stuff. So, thank you so much, everyone that checked that out. So, if you've not seen it yet, there'll be a link in the description on this one, and it's on this channel anyway, so please subscribe if you can. As you can see just down there, I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers in 20 days, so if you can do that, that'd be absolutely fantastic, and help me out and give it a like. I've got loads of new stuff going on, and I'm just figuring out all this stuff works. That's the fun stuff of all this as well. So thank you for joining me. Anyway, we're going to look at rock, and is rock dead? So let's get into it, and I'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about. There we go. So Rock Society said, this is the 20 most overplayed and overrated rock songs of all time. And I thought we'd go for it and see, do we agree or do we not agree with what they're saying on here? It's an interesting article, a bit divisive, I suppose, because they're saying, these songs are not rubbish, but they're saying you hear them so much that they become mainstream. So originally, obviously, back in the day, disco had the same sort of thing. There was so much disco that, people got fed up. And then My Sharona came along and just absolutely wiped the doors of it, and it absolutely disappeared overnight. So yeah, it's interesting. We're going to go through this list, and we're going to see what people like, what people don't like. And let me know in the comments, what song do you think is overrated? What song do you not actually like at all? What song do you think you've heard too many times that it's not a classic anymore? It just really irritates you. I'd love to know. And, do you agree with the songs in this? Do you not agree with it at all? But we'll go for it in a bit anyway. So let's have a look, shall we? So first up, you've got Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. They're saying that's one of the most irritating and overplayed songs of all time. I remember when that, Smells Like Teen Spirit came out, and it was a cultural phenomenon at the time. You couldn't get away from it. It was absolutely everywhere, and it was incredible, that song. And I remember, like I just said just now, you had disco, and you had My Sharona come along and just wiped disco away. And I love disco. Disco's brilliant. And I was really sad when disco disappeared, like when I read about it in history. But it's just controversy. Music. It doesn't matter if you like it or you don't like it. You shouldn't just burn it and blow it up like that. It's absolutely wrong. Anyway, so I remember when Teen Spirit came out, and it just was an overnight revelation. And people were just like, what is this? It's absolutely insane, this song. It's come out of nowhere, and it just changes music straight away. And that's when the grunge stuff really started to come in and just absolutely smash the place to pieces. Like Pearl Jam come in the heels of it, Alice in Chains, Mother Love Bone, Soundgarden, all these bands just turned up, and it just changed music for the better, in my opinion, anyway. But also, there used to be this thing where we used to go, sort of drinking with my mates down a place called the Pink Toothbrush, which was near Romford. I can't remember exactly where it was now, but it was around there somewhere. Anyway, so what they would do, it turns out in Brazil, they were playing Teen Spirit, and they were separating. And then when the chorus came in, they were literally coming in the middle and fighting each other. And I'm talking fighting to kill each other. It was really nasty stuff. And it was absolutely insane that they would do that. And so, the song was a cultural phenomenon. And what I like about this song is it's not been whitewashed into lots of films. It's not been overused too much. I did hear it in a supermarket one day, and I remember thinking Kurt Cobain will be spinning in his grave right now if he was listening to this, because he would have hated it. Is it one of the most overrated songs? No, I don't think so. Nowhere near it. I don't think if anything, it's one of those songs that I remember it went out of vogue. I used to DJ in a club for a while, and I used to play it, and you get different age, because it was a university thing, so there was people coming in and out, and eventually over a little while you play this, and it did have the same impact. But I think it's come back round again now. I think if you played it now, it would literally get the dance floor going, and people would jumping up and down again. So first of all, I disagree with this list straight away. I think this shouldn't be on here. I don't think it's overplayed, and I don't think it's overrated. I think the simplicity of it is what is its absolute strength, and what makes it fantastic is the fact that it's so simple. The Pixies had the same sort of idea where Kurt sort of borrowed it. It was, loud chorus, quiet verse. And it works. It works to its detriment like that, and I think it's fantastic. Anyway, let's move on. Number 2, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Absolute travesty. There's no way on earth this song is overplayed or overrated. It's a masterpiece. We both know it's a masterpiece. So there's no way we can call this song overrated or overplayed. Wayne's World, you had it in Wayne's World, and that's where, it really got brought back again. And obviously 91, we brought it out for Freddie Mercury again. And it just became an absolute hit again. 75, 91, absolute smash, absolutely brilliant. So, you cannot say this song is overrated. I mean, listen to to it for a start. You know what I mean? It's an opera, it's a rock song, it's a tragedy, you know, it's melancholic, it's all these things wrapped into one song. You know, so how can you say it's overrated and overplayed? It's not at all. Yet again, you don't really hear it in films. You know, I think when they kill a song, they put it in a film, and then that's where I think it gets killed. So Bohemian Rhapsody is not, you know, it's not overrated and it's not overplayed at all. And it's a masterpiece in songwriting and composition and being put together. So yet again, I disagree with this list. Like I was saying, let me know in the comments, do you agree or not agree? That's absolutely fine. We're allowed to disagree and things like that. That's absolutely fine. So obviously, yeah, we're going through the list of songs that are either overrated or overplayed according to this list, and I don't agree with it twice so far. I don't agree. What we got next? Number 3, Imagine by John Lennon. Now, I don't know how they can say this song is overrated or overplayed because you don't really hear it on the radio at all. And I know it's a utopian vision, like it says there, that's been put on, you know, peace rallies and that sort of stuff, but we need more peace rallies anyway. But it's one of those things where, you know, it's one of those songs that has an amazing message. The only irony is he sings Imagine No Possessions while he's in a huge house in Tittenhurst and Yoko's open the windows. So it's a double irony that he's saying imagine that when he was living in opulence at the time. So you know, so it is sort of, you know, a double-edged sword on that one. So I don't think it gets played enough. It's definitely not overrated. It's a beautiful song. It's written with loads of heartfelt love, and you know, he's basically saying, you know, it's, you know, we need peace and love in the world. That's what he's saying. So I don't know how they can say this is overrated. I don't know how they can say it's overplayed either. Yet again, you very rarely hear it. You know, I don't know where this list has come from, where they're saying these songs are overrated and bits and bobs like that. I don't understand it because they're just not. They're absolutely not. Anyway, let's move on to number 4. See what we've got on number 4. I'm still learning this. I keep flicking between the wrong screen and pressing the wrong things, as you do. Okay, Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. Now, how can you know, is this overrated or not? You know, would you say this is played too much? Yet again, these songs so far, the first 4 songs, you do not hear them on the radio that much. You don't see them in films that much and bits and bobs like that. So it's, I don't get how they would say it's an overrated song. I don't understand that at all. So hang on, I've just got to sign into the browser. Like I said, I'm new to this stuff, so I'm getting used to it all. 1 second. So if you are commenting, I can read your comments because at the minute I can't see anything. So let's have a look. I don't know if I've done it. Sign into chat. There we go. So forgive me for 1 minute. I will be with you in 1 second. Like I said, I want to do more live stuff this year, and I'm still learning how it all works, and I'm still sort of figuring out all the stuff and what you do and how it all works and bits and bobs like that. So I think I've got it now. Yes, I'm signed in. So if you do want to say hello, I should be able to see your messages now. So there we go. I think so. Anyway, hang on 1 second. Let's have a look. Let's put that over there. Lovely stuff. Great. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, so, Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. You don't hear it in films much. Yet again, a fantastic, you know, melody, mystical lyrics, absolutely brilliant. I love they sort of say, you know, this is John Bonham for the first 5 minutes. Still there, his arms folded. Then when he comes in, he absolutely smashes it all over the place. So, yeah, you know, it's an iconic song. It seems to be this list is probably written by people that don't really listen to it, because so far it's, you know, 4 iconic songs, and they've basically gone, oh, they're overrated and overplayed. But it sounds like it's people that don't actually listen to this music at all. You know, they just don't listen to it. They probably just know the titles and gone, oh, I don't agree with this at all. So, but let me know in the comments if you think they're overrated or not. You know, because I'd love to know your opinion as well. Right, let's move on to number 5. That song definitely shouldn't be on there. Absolutely at all. Back in Black by AC/DC. Now they're saying this is overrated. Yet again, when we were talking about Nirvana a little while ago and Smells Like Teen Spirit, it's the simplicity of the song again. Now, Back in Black has got a beautiful simplistic melody and rhythm, and that's why it works. It works because it's so simple, and that's what's its power, and that's its strength, because, you know, that's all you need, and straight away you're bobbing, you're moving. And I was watching something with Gene Simmons from Kiss once, and he said you can play 1,000 notes a time, or you can play an E chord and move people all at once. And I think Back in Black is a prime example of that you can have 1,000,000 notes playing as fast as you want, but when you're with that dun, 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 that's all you need to get your head bobbing and get you moving. And, you know, it's just one of these, see, this is all a little tired of going Back in Black. But when and why? How many times have you heard this song then? Because I've heard it enough that I think it's brilliant. Every time I hear it, it's an earworm. I go, oh, brilliant! It's Back in Black's back on again. And you need these songs. You need these songs around. It's ridiculous. This list is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I know I wanted to talk about it. I want to do live stuff, but this is just stupid. I don't agree with any of this so far. AC/DC are a brilliant band. In fact, I've seen many bands over the years. I've seen lots and lots of bands, thousands of bands, and they were one of the best I've ever seen live, without doubt. They were in my top 3. They were unbelievably good. And yet again, all the songs, the simplicity of those songs is what makes them that powerful. So this list is nonsense so far, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Okay. Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses at number 6. I've heard that song a lot, but it's got an iconic riff at the start. You know it straight away. And as soon as you hear that song, you know exactly what's going on. Yeah, again, it's one of those songs, that it's iconic. This list should be called Are These Songs Iconic or Not? Because I think that's a better title. And this song is completely iconic. Everything about it is iconic. Axl's vocal is fantastic. Slash plays amazing on it. As soon as you're in the intro, you know what's going on and where you need to be, and you'll be there straight away. So I just think it's iconic again. I really, really do, So we've heard it at a wedding, no problem. I used to DJ in a club, like I was saying a little earlier, and I could play Sweet Child of Mine every Saturday and get the same response. People would still go mad for it, and they'd still go absolutely crazy for it. So it's one of those songs that just works. It absolutely works. So I don't think it's one of those songs that's been overplayed too much at all. I think it's perfect. It's a perfect rock song. It's got everything you want. It's got a singable chorus. It's got a fantastic riff on it. It's got just everything you need to make a song classic. Anyway, let's keep going, shall we? Jump by Van Halen, number 7. So it says the keyboard riff's been stuck in our head for decades. That might be true, but that's what the song is built around. It's one of those songs, ironically, where, Van Halen is known for guitar playing and heavy rocks and drums, but, this was played on a keyboard, and it became a keyboard song that became a number 1 for him. So, that was Van Halen going out of his comfort zone and having a number 1 hit. So it just goes to show that it doesn't matter what your style is. You can change and still have a number 1 hit, but it's not overrated and it's not overplayed. I mean, you might hear it on radio a few times. I don't listen to radio much. I should do, because I do like rock stuff. But the point is that it's a fantastic track, and it works. It absolutely works. Forgive me 1 second. I'm getting dry. I'm in my little room. I've got a little radiator down here just to keep me warm. And it just dries me out there, is the only thing. Anyway, so yeah, I think Jump by Van Halen is not overrated and it's not overplayed. So let's go on, shall we? Let's see what else we've got. Hey Jude by the Beatles. Okay, I love the Beatles. I'm a huge Beatles fan. I really am a huge Beatles fan. And I can see why people would get fed up with Hey Jude. Only because that's what you see Paul McCartney playing a lot of on TikTok and Twitter and all these sorts of things. You do see him doing that song quite a lot, and you do hear that ending quite a bit. Is the song overrated? Absolutely not. It's a masterpiece. 8 minutes long, smashed doors in at the time, become just changed the way music was done. It changed music lengths and things like that. I went to the Elvis exhibition years ago, and they had Elvis's private copy of Hey Jude, and in it, it'd written 8 minutes 23 on it and drawn an arrow to show that it was like, wow, look at this, So even he was super impressed with it. It's not overrated, but I do get why people would get fed up with seeing it a lot, because you do see it on TikTok. You do see a lot of Paul McCartney doing it. He does tend to break out live when he's doing live events. I get that. So I would agree with this one. I would say, is it overplayed? A little bit, but not to the point of being a terrible song, which is what this list implies, which I don't like. So it's a fantastic song. Yeah, again, let me know in the comments if you like it, you don't like it. I'd love to know that as well. Oh, come on, knock it off. In the Air by Phil Collins, it's hot, it's Haunted Drums have been sampled countless songs, and that's not his fault. He just wrote one song, and if people sample that, that's down to them. So that's not down to Phil Collins at all whatsoever. But I went 2 weeks ago, funny enough, this has come up. I've not seen this list before. I'm literally just doing this list live and just looking at it with you now. I've not actually seen it at all. So I went to, where did I go? I went to Brighton 2 weeks ago, and I met a guy called Hugh Padgham who produced this record. He did the whole album, and he invented the sound, when it goes that sort of thing. That's a sound invented by Hugh Padgham, and he explained that it was just an accident that happened, and they put it on this record, and it made the sound of the 80s. So this one tiny mistake, I could go into it in detail, but I'll bore you to tears. This one tiny mistake meant that you had this amazing sort of sound that sound. It made a decade. It made it sound like an entire decade because of one mistake. So I think, is this song overplayed and overrated? Not overrated absolutely at all. Overplayed, I would say yes to a degree, because there was an advert years ago for a chocolate bar and it had a monkey playing the drums on it, and I think people heard it a lot. But people love that advert. So could you say it was overplayed? Oh, I can't speak. Is overplayed overrated? Because that, I don't think so at all. I think it's a fantastic song. This list so far, I don't get it. Anyway, let's carry on, shall we? Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. Is it overrated? No, it's a fantastic song. I used to DJ in a club. I would play it every single week. People absolutely loved it when I played it. They'd sing along. You could dip the mic and they'd be singing it a cappella and stuff like that. So no, this song is not, overrated at all. You do it quite a lot. I'll give it that. You get a lot of weddings, a lot of DJs play it. But if it works, why would you not play it at a party? Why would you not break this song out? Why would you not go for it? So I get why people would say this song is overplayed. I get that side of it. None of these songs are overrated in my opinion so far, because I think they were just all brilliant songs. Overplayed, this one I would get it. You hear it everywhere. You hear it quite a lot. I used to play it myself every single week, so I understand why they would think. Look at that. It says, let's embark on a new journey of musical discovery and leave this one in the rearview mirror. How fucking ignorant is that? You arseholes. Whoever wrote this... Okay, oh, sorry, I'm going to swear now. Whoever wrote this is talking absolute bollocks. They really are. I bet these are 20-year-olds that don't actually really listen to music that have written this, and they go, oh, I heard it the other day and I don't like it. Meh. Like, cough. You know what I mean? Anyway. Sorry. Hotel California by the Eagles. This song has many levels to it. Like, they can stab it with their steely knives being a lyric, which is referring to the band Steely Dan. Things like that. The sound of it's absolutely amazing. It's an epic song. It's got, just so much structure to it, so much chorus to it, so much stuff that's going on in it. So is it overrated? No. Is it overplayed? I'd say no again. Like, I very rarely hear it on the radio. I very rarely hear it, even when I've got my iPod and shuffle and stuff like that. It doesn't pop up that much to me. I don't see it that often. I just think when you hear the start as well, I've never been to California, and I can only imagine. But when I hear this song, I can hear and feel and smell California. Even though I don't know what it's like, I can imagine it through this song. And that's the power of this song. It's that good that you can imagine a place you've never been to. And that's when the songwriting is that good. That's what it can do. And this is what this does for me. So no, this song isn't overrated. It might be overplayed in America. I guess this could be an American list. But for me, I think it's an amazing song. I saw them live as well in 1996, I think it was. And they were brilliant. And, it was sent shivers when you heard it for the first time. Fantastic. Anyway, let's carry on. We Will Rock You by Queen. Oh, come on. Anyway, so normally I'm really upbeat and I'm a chirpy person, but this list is really pissing me off. Anyway, so We Will Rock You by Queen. I mean, overplayed, maybe at sports events. On the radio, I don't think so. We Will Rock You, let's take a well-deserved break. Come on. I think it's a great song. I think it's an interesting song. I've always loved it. They talked to Brian May and they said, why did you write this song? And he said, because we wanted to be more interactive with our fans, and they're standing there and they can't move around. What can they do? They can stamp and they can clap. He wrote that song specifically for fans to dance and sing to. So how can you say this song is overrated when it's designed for people, to not be able to move but still enjoy the song? Like, to say it's overrated is nonsense. It's a perfect song. Queen very rarely put a foot wrong. Hot Space album, people could say that. I love that album, but I get why people say it's not their favourite and stuff like that. But, that is not an overrated song. Anyway, let's carry on because I'm getting more annoyed as we go. People that know me know I don't get annoyed about many things, but this is really peeing me off. Anyway. Okay, Freebird by Lynyrd Skynyrd. Is that song overrated? Is it overplayed? Overrated, no. I think it's a beautiful song that stirs a lot of emotion. I think it works really, really well. And I think it reminds you of that band in an ironic way, which is not what it's designed for, obviously, but it does. It takes you to that band when you hear that song and you know their story where they, a few of them perished in a plane crash and stuff like that. And I think it's an anthem to them when you hear it. It's great. Is it overplayed? I would say a little bit. I agree with that one. I used to buy a lot of rock CDs and things like that, and it would be on a lot of those. So I get why they would say it's be overrated and things like that. But yet again, you know, is it overrated? No. None of these songs are overrated so far. I think this list has been titled wrong completely. I think this song is fantastic. It's a beautiful rock song and it just works. It just works. Right, number 14. Let's get on with this, shall we? Message in a Bottle by the Police. That one's actually making me think a little bit. I think it's different at the time. So it's 1980s, right? And this song comes out. And this song is semi-reggae at the time. And there wasn't a lot of reggae in the charts. As the 80s went on, there was a lot. But this is the early 80s when this comes out. And you've got that sort of reggae funk rhythm. And I think that's amazing that this song does that at the time, because it's a brave move, really. Don't get me wrong, you had a lot of reggae in the 70s. By the 80s, there was quite a lot. But this was sort of a pop rock reggae song, which you didn't really get at the time. And it's just interesting, you know, like singing about being a castaway, an island lost at sea. You know, it's a different song, so the lyrics are completely different to what was around at the time. Yet again, it's a defining song and it's completely different. So is it overrated? No. Is it overplayed? I could say yes to that one. I could agree with that slightly, because I've heard it being played on rock radio, and I've heard it being played on the sort of, what's it called? Like the mellow stations and stuff like that. I've even heard it on there. So is it overplayed? It could be. I sort of agree with that. Is it, you know, overrated? Absolutely not. But you know I'm going to say that anyway. Let's go on, shall we? With or Without You by U2. Interesting song. Let me have a quick sip of my old drink here. I'll have a look. Right. So, With or Without You, is it overrated? Absolutely not. And here's why. And they said it themselves. I was watching something then. It's the only song that doesn't have a guitar solo in it. Like, you think there's a solo in there somewhere, but there isn't. It's actually just a lot of the riff and Bono's voice, and the drums do a lot of the lifting, and so do the bass. And that's what makes that song super, super interesting. The fact that it's amazingly sparse. There's not a lot going on in it. Yet at the same time, it's got a load of emotion in it, and it literally carries you. And there's lots going on in that sense. So overrated, no. Overplayed, I would say, yeah, I do hear it quite a bit, to be fair. So, but it's not overplayed enough to the point that I find it irritating. I think it's an amazing song, and I think it's totally brilliant. Anyway, right, 5 more to go. We're nearly there, and hopefully I won't lose my... There we go, another one. Sweet Home Alabama by Lynyrd Skynyrd. A song that 1,000 cover bands learn because it's such a great song. So, is it overrated? Nope. It's not overrated at all, because, you know, it's a great song to learn, and it's a great song to hear in a pub. It's a great song to listen to when you're just chilling out as well. You know, and it's great that they're sparring with Neil Young in it and things like that. You know, you've got sparring going on and bits and bobs like that. So I think it's a brilliant song. Is it overplayed? I would go yes with that one. I would say yes. I hear it quite a bit, to be fair. Even if it's on the radio, on my Spotify shuffle list, I do hear it quite a bit on there. So I would agree with that. I'd say, yeah, it is overplayed. But it doesn't get boring to me. It doesn't get boring. So they can have it on their list if they want. It doesn't matter. Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. I don't think this gets played enough. So this one definitely isn't sort of overplayed at all. I very rarely hear it on the radio, unless I've got like a 60s one on. And yeah, again, Spotify Shuffle doesn't play a lot either. So I don't think that's overplayed at all. I think it's underplayed, if you like. I don't think it's played enough. It's not underrated either. So it's not that at all. Sorry, I keep looking over there. I should look over there. Right, so we'll ignore that one because I don't think that's enough. Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. Yet again, this is another song, like it says, sung at karaoke. I used to play it every night when I was DJing. Got a fantastic response. I think the sad thing about it now is Bon Jovi's letting the audience do a lot of lifting now. You know, when you see him live and the footage, he says, well, give it a shot. And he gives it a lot of that now. He doesn't do it himself, which is a real shame. But, you know, it's an iconic song from the 1980s. It defined a genre again, a bit like In the Air Tonight. As soon as you hear it, that intro, you know what it is. It's earwormy, it's catchy, it's fantastic at what it is. So I think it's absolutely fantastic at what it does and what it's supposed to do. You know, it's meant to make you sing, it's meant to make you dance. Yeah. Is it overrated? No. Is it overplayed? Yes, I do hear it quite a bit. I do get it quite a bit. So I would say it's overplayed a lot in Britain, but to its detriment, it's so good that they're going to overplay it, mate. Okay, let's carry on with the list. Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. Come on. It's iconic. Come on. It's not overplayed. It's not overrated. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant song. In fact, Richie Blackmore said a load of people when they're learning it, he watches them online to see what they're doing. He said they always play it wrong. So he said they try to do the dun, 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 and it's always wrong. So he says like it's overplayed because people play it their own way. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because you're learning it your own way. But even he says it's overplayed the wrong way. So is it overplayed? Yes, the wrong way. But is it fantastic? Yes, it is. It's iconic. You know, it was written at Montreux because they saw a casino catching on fire. It's autobiographical. So overrated, no, because it's telling the story of that band, what happened at that point. So no, it's not overrated at all. It's a brilliant song. This list is nonsense. But like my mate said, do this list. Don't look at it. Just talk about it live. I want to see what you're going to do. And I know he's probably laughing because I'm just disagreeing with everything. And he knows I probably would anyway. Okay, number 20. Blowing in the Wind by Bob Dylan. Not overplayed at all. Never hear it anywhere apart from a Bob Dylan album. Occasionally, if I'm listening to like a 60s channel on the radio, it might play it. I don't think it's overplayed at all. Obviously, it's about change as well. You know, so they're saying let's raise our voices to a melody and let the wind of change carry us towards a brighter musical future. How can you say that about a song like that? How can you say that? Absolute crap. You know, this song is brilliant and it's iconic. They're singing it at protest because it fucking means something. That's why they sing it at protests. To say this song is overrated, overplayed is fucking bollocks. You know what? I very rarely swear on any of my videos, but this has got me so pissed off that this list is absolute crap. That they're saying these songs are overrated and overplayed. This is absolute shit. Let me know in the comments what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Like, do you think these songs are overrated? Do you think they're underplayed? Do you think they should play more? What list do you think, what song should be on this list that you think is overplayed and underrated as well? Bob, hello. I hope rock is not dead. We need to rock and roll. You're absolutely right, Bob. Absolutely bang on, mate. We do need rock. Great. I'm glad you're back, Bob. I spoke to you in a while. I hope you're doing well, buddy. But no, rock is fantastic and rock is subjective. It can be what you want it to be. So, I don't know who writes these lists that, that think they're almighty and that, this is like music is subjective. Whether you like music or not, it's different. You can either like it or not like it. You can like a song or not like a song. Generally with a band, I'll like one song even if I don't like the band. Like, I'm not a huge Oasis fan, but I like one of their songs. Like, I think it's The Important to Be an Idol. I think is fantastic. Even though they rip off a bit of Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite, but that's another story. I could talk about Oasis all day. But, to write a list to say these songs are overplayed or not is just absolute crap. Because if they're iconic to somebody, they mean something. So they've no right to write these lists and say these songs shouldn't be allowed to a degree. It's absolute shite. Anyway, I don't swear often. If you watch my videos, you know I don't, but this has really annoyed me, so I'm swearing on this one. So I do apologise. Anyway, like it says on there, I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. If you like to subscribe, that would massively help me out. I'm going to do more and more live bits as the year goes on. I'm going to find articles to talk about, and it's nice just to do something different. Like I said at the start there, I'm doing DJ live mixes as well. I did an 80s one, which is below somewhere and on this channel. So if you do like 80s funk house and stuff like that, I'm going to do 90s genres and artists and bits and bobs. There's lots of stuff coming up through the year, and we're going to bring you some interesting stuff, what I think is interesting about music as much as I can, and just talk music because I love talking about music. So all I can say is thanks for joining me on this one, and it's my second live stream I've ever done by myself, so I'm learning it as I go. So subscribe wherever you're watching if you can, support the channel, support music, listen to music, love music, and I'll see you soon. Love and peace. See you later. Oh, hang on, Orthodox. Rock is not dead as long as people like it. You're talking about Robbie, love from Orthodox. Thanks, guys. Absolutely appreciate it as well. So I'll be doing some more live stuff soon, and I shall see you in the next one. Love and peace.